Welcome back to Master Your Glass with me, Livio Lauro. The summer is right around the corner and it is time to make some really cool fresh cocktails using fresh fruits, fresh vegetables, and of course, organic spirits. Today I am using Drake's Organic. This product is actually amazing, and organic is an understatement. I have to look at the bottle to be reminded about everything that this product is. Of course, it's cane-based vodka. They also make a rum and a spiced rum. And every single product they make is gluten-free. It's USDA certified organic. It's also kosher, and it's certified vegan. So it's about as close as we can get to guiltless drinking. But let's go for a ride. Let's make these drinks together, shall we? Okay, so for our first drink today, we're gonna make a strawberry mule. And to do that, I'm going to use, of course, Drake's Organic Vodka. Just a little bit about this vodka really quickly. It is made from sugarcane from the Caucan Valley in Colombia. How can a sugarcane make a vodka? Well, if you distill it at a higher level, then you have removed, quote unquote, those flavors of the sugarcane to make it more vodka driven. Now, at the end of the day, the sugarcane still is able to actually give it some really nice notes. In this case, it'll be very, very citrusy. Now, to make this drink here, I'm gonna go ahead and set this aside. I'm gonna start with 2 medium-sized strawberries. And these strawberries have basically been already cut in half, just like that. Now, the next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add a 1/2 ounce of lime juice, and I'm gonna do a couple of things here. So this lime here is not going to give me a 1/2 ounce if I cut it in half. So I'm gonna cut it a little bit bigger right there, right? So that I don't have to use 2 of them. But one other thing that I'm going to do, and I wanna give credit to David Edwards from Booze on the Rocks for actually pointing out this trick, is I'm gonna make my wedge first. This drink is going to be garnished with the wedge. So I'm just gonna cut it like that. I'm gonna do this, boom. And then this here is gonna go inside my drink. I'll set it right over there. This goes over here. Okay, so on we go with a 1/2 ounce of lime juice. Now, of course, I'm not measuring this. I can tell from the size of the lime and from actually the softness of the lime that it's gonna give me that 1/2 ounce. When in doubt, go ahead and measure. Okay, now we're gonna give these a little muddle. Kind of make what is a strawberry lime paste, just like that. I like to keep my elbow straight up and give the wrist a little spin when I muddle. Okay. That looks pretty good to me. Now we're gonna add, of course, the vodka. 2 ounces of Drake's Organic. Just like that. Okay. Now I'm gonna use crushed ice. You don't have to use crushed ice. You can use regular ice if you have it at home, or you can make your own with the aid of a Lewis bag. Just a tricky note with this ice here is that it can liquefy very quickly and therefore your drink will overflow. So I'm gonna be just a little more cautious on this one. Just like that. I'm gonna go ahead and add the Fever Tree. Ginger beer, just like so. Right about that level right there. And time to give this a stir. I'm gonna try to bring up those strawberries, or at least what's left of them. Okay. Now again, it gets really tricky when it comes time to fill the ice here. So I do use my hand. Of course, at bars, you can't. The health department doesn't really like it, but I can dome it a little bit here, just like that. I won't get too crazy, but I think I might get away with just a little more. Okay, and now it's time to garnish. So to garnish, I'm going to use a really small rosemary sprig, really, really small. I want it to just kind of sit there. I don't want this big bushy thing. What is that rosemary gonna do? It has that piney, citrusy aroma that's really gonna add to this drink a lot. Now I have my little lime wedge just like that over there. And then last but not least, because I have one, just a little tomato, just a little strawberry. And the last but not least, of course, we're gonna garnish this with a straw, just like that. Now, the closer you put the straw to the drink, the more you can smell the flavor. And there we have drink number one, which is our strawberry mule. Okay, so the next drink we're gonna make is just a really delicate Bloody Mary. Now, earlier today, I pressed some fresh tomatoes. I got this really nice tomato juice. Now, tomato juice actually kind of clarifies itself. It will slowly bring all the color up, and the bottom will be almost watercolor. So I'm just gonna keep on stirring it because I do want you to see the visual of how the tomato juice plays inside of this drink. So first thing I'm gonna do is highball glass, fill with ice. Okay, and there we go. And then the next thing we're gonna do is, again, 2 ounces or 60 milliliters of Drake's Organic Vodka. Now, if you want it a little lighter, you can go a little less on your Bloody Mary. Maybe put 1.5 ounces, which would be in this case 45 milliliters. That's if you're gonna have a couple of these. It actually will eliminate some of that big vodka push and give you more of that tomato juice flavor. But in this case, I'm doing 2 ounces because that is how I drink mine. Now, the next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna add 4 ounces, roughly 120 mils of tomato juice, almost up to that line. I'm gonna leave it right there. I'm gonna save some room for my lemon juice. I'm gonna take this lemon, give it a quick roll. Some people are now saying when you roll it, it does not help it. It does not make it any better. But you know what I say? If you roll it, when in doubt, just roll it. Just like that. Take that lemon away. Okay. There we go. Let's give this a little stir. Just like that. Now, I do want to add more ice to this because I want to be able to put the garnishes on top. So 1, maybe get away with another one. Just get away with this like that. And now it's time to garnish. So to garnish, I'm going to take some nice dill. Now, dill is actually very good for your skin. So what is the time of year that you mostly expose your skin? It's the summer, so this is perfect. I'm gonna try not to make it, again, too bunchy. So I'm just gonna take a little bit of it. We'll set that over there, set that over there. And I'm gonna dill does not give a whole lot of flavor, right? It does give a flavor, but not a whole lot of aroma. But by basically releasing a little bit of its essential oils, it's gonna really play nicely inside of this drink. Just like that. Give that a turn right there. I'm also gonna take a small little tomato and I'm gonna put it right over there next to it. And then, because that's not enough, I'm gonna also give it a 1/2 slice of lemon. Just like that. And I am going to tuck that lemon right there. Okay, and there you have it, the light Bloody Mary. Okay, so the next drink I'm gonna make is an organic keto mojito. Try saying that 12 times. Organic keto mojito. Well, I won't try. So the first thing we're gonna do is we're going to take about 8 medium-sized mint leaves, and I have them here, okay? On top of that, I'm going to put 1 ounce, and yes, I said 1 ounce of lime juice. Okay, give this a little roll and a cut. Now, since on the previous cocktail I did not measure, on this one I'm going to measure just so we can tutorial it both ways. And there we go. And wouldn't you know, right at the ounce point. Okay, so we're gonna put 1 ounce of lime juice in here. And then, okay, so now we're going to sweeten this drink with 1 ounce of keto-friendly syrup. What on earth is keto-friendly simple syrup? Basically, earlier today, I made a erythritol simple syrup. Erythritol is a low glycemic index sugar. It's great to stay into ketosis. Now, it doesn't melt as good in water, warm water, as I wish it did, so I'm gonna mix it before I put it in here. But in here, to offset that 1 ounce of lime juice, I'm going to add 1 ounce or 60 milliliters of my keto-friendly / erythritol simple syrup. Let's set those both over there, and it's time to muddle. Now we're gonna just make all these ingredients play well together. Just a gentle muddle will do it. No need to really get aggressive with it. And now I'm gonna top this drink with crushed ice, just like that. This will do it. All right, now that I have in here, I have my 8 medium-sized mint leaves. I have 1 ounce of lime juice. I have 1 ounce of my erythritol syrup. I'm gonna go ahead and use 2 ounces, again, 60 milliliters of Drake's Organic Rum. Now, again, this rum is made with those great sugarcane from the Cauca Valley in Colombia. Okay, we'll set that right over there. And then the last thing we have to do here is give it a little stir and top it with a little bit of soda. Just a little top like that. Add some nice bubbles. Now we want to bring up those mint leaves and, of course, stir at the same time. Oh, yeah. Okay. Set all those things aside. Now I'm going to take some fresh mint. I have some right here. There she is. Just like that. And I'm going to put it right over here on the side. I'm going to sink it in, but not too much. I want it to be very impactful this time. And when you drink this bad boy, you drink it from here, and the aroma of the mint really is bountiful, and it helps this drink taste even better, especially because this is a lighter version. It's not going to be as bountiful as the flavor as if we were putting cane syrup in here and big, more fruity and minty and lime flavors would abound. So there you have it, the Keto Mojito. Okay, so the last drink we're gonna make in this series is a nice spiced rum and cola with, of course, Drake's organic spiced rum. Now this has all the other certifications that I was speaking about earlier in the intro. It also has, of course, nice spices and some vanilla, which of course is gonna work very well with the cola. For it, of course, I chose a cola soda that would stand up to the game of quality. This here is actually called Distiller's Cola. They call it that way because it's intended to be mixed purely with straight spirits, as in this case. Is it gonna be good? We're gonna find out. So the first thing I'm gonna do is just add rocks in the glass. Just like so. Okay, very simple. We're gonna go again with the 2 ounce pour. 2 ounces is also 60 milliliters of the Drake's Organic Spiced Rum, just like that. Okay. All right, now I'm gonna add my lime juice squeeze right now. I'm gonna just grab a nice little lime right here. I'm going to cut it in half. Same trick as earlier. I'm gonna cut my wedge out. I'm gonna slice it right there. That keeps me going. And then in this, I just want a splash of lime. I'm gonna garnish it with the wedge, just like that. And then you can add more lime to it, but I just want a little splash of lime to kind of freshen it up because we have caramel, we have cola, they're kind of bold, sweet. They can be a little bit bountiful, so I want the lime to kind of offset that a little bit. And there we go. Give that just a little stir like that. There is always something to be said about simple and refreshing drinks and refreshing drinks. This one here is a prime example. This is such an easy, lovely drink to drink. I cannot find my tongue, so I'm just gonna garnish that lime just like that. This is gonna be refreshing and nice and beautiful, and you can have really a bunch of these and really feel refreshed. And of course, it's guilt-free, remember? Okay, let me start with the strawberry mule. Oh, besides the fact that a little strawberry got stuck in the straw, which happens when you muddle fresh fruit, which is why you want to pull your straw up a little bit when you drink, it's actually really, really nice. I am very impressed by how it came out. Very simple, but a lot of flavors, right? As you know, ginger could be a little snappy, citrus could be a little high in acid, but then we've got that strawberry really nicely kicking in. And the vodka is actually, I can taste the vodka. There's some weight on my palate. And this is not a wimpy drink because ginger tends to be a little bully, right? Ginger beer doesn't really like to play well in the sandbox. The vodka's playing very well. I really dig that. The next drink I'm gonna have here is, of course, the Bloody Mary. Now, as I mentioned earlier, this seems to not have separated that much, but if it does separate, you wanna give it a little stir, and we'll go from there. Let's try this. Similar concept. Tomato juice, when it is not mixed with salt or sugar or any of the other garbage that companies can put in, is actually a very delicate and refined flavor. This drink here is one of the most savory, refreshing, light drinks I've ever had. I almost feel like it could have been put in a wine glass. I almost could drink it like a wine. It's obviously not your traditional Bloody Mary. Delicious, home run. Okay, what do we have here? We have a keto mojito. Tastes just like a mojito to me, and that's a good thing. I see a lot of keto mojitos without any sweetener at all in them. Now that's gonna be a really tart drink. Not only is the tartness gonna pop up, but it's gonna be really even hard for the mint to express itself really well because sugar helps amplify and throw up to your nose and your mouth the flavor of that mint. This drink is doing the job for me. And then we have our Drake's Spiced Rum and Cola. Yeah, and this took 12 seconds to make. It's such a great drink. The vanilla notes and the caramel notes from the spiced rum are really augmented really well with the cola. And so I'm getting a really good balance. They're not fighting with each other. And the lime juice is probably helping that because the lime juice is subduing the flavor of the cola. It's subduing the flavor of the spiced rum. But of course, a cocktail is always more than the parts that it's made of. So there are 3 ingredients in here. I'm tasting about 20 right now in my mouth. Another cool thing that's happening is my mouth is actually watering. And when your mouth waters, it's an amazing thing. It stimulates your appetite, it also stimulates your thirst, and it keeps you refreshed. So there you have it. If you made it all the way through to this point and you watched all 4 of these summer specials get made, please do consider giving us a like and subscribing to Master Your Glass. And that way you can come back and get more expert instruction for everyday consumption.